Now, after leaving the Kohra river which had gone muddy in the Mahaparinirvana story, after leaving the Kohra river which had gone muddy, the Buddha and his Sangha, they go have a bath in the Kukuta river, which is your Sikrana. This river is known in Nepal as the Gandak. In Bihari it's known as the Gandak, and in this area where the Buddha crossed the river, it is known as Sikrana. Now Sikrana, the Buddha crosses it. I mean, he drinks the water, has a bath, and he and his Sangha crosses it to Cundaka's mango grove. Now Cundaka's mango grove, now actually the place's name is Gudra. Now in my other videos also I told you that all the places are names are according to the Buddhist story, and the place names are much more descriptive than what is written in the Buddhist text. The Buddhist text has written it correctly, but they have written it softly. They haven't used harsh words. Now he reaches Cundaka's mango grove after crossing the Kukuta river. Now the Kukuta river is the Sikrana river which I have told you, and it describes his physical condition. The Buddha's physical condition, that he looked so thin that he looked grotesque. That is what Sikrana means, Sikurna. So, and Cundaka's mango grove, the actual name is Gudra. The actual name is Gudra, and the Gudra is according to the Mahaparinirvana story. Now this is a village today carrying the name Gudra, but actually it was a mango grove, and then a stupa was made where the Buddha, he asked Cundaka to take his robe, and to take his robe and fold it into four and lay it on the ground so that he could lie on it. Folks, he asked Cundaka to take his robe and fold it in four and lay it on the ground so that he could lie on it. That is the catchword, folks. As I said previously, the stupa names are much more descriptive than the story, the Buddhist story, in this case the Mahaparinirvana story. The stupa's name is Gudra. Gudra means a cloth stitched, pieces of cloth stitched together to make a robe. Gudra means a robe consisting of bits and pieces of cloth stitched together. This is what the poor people of Bihar do. It is called today Gudri, and the place's name is Gudra, which Buddhist world has mispronounced as Cundaka's mango grove. It is Gudra. Gudra means describes the Buddha's robe. Now you all know, Buddhists all know, it is written in the Buddhist text that the Buddha would take his supply of robes from the charnel grounds. The Buddha got his supply of robe from the charnel ground. Now the name of the stupa tells us that he did not get the supply of a full robe, a proper robe that could, drape him and cover him fully. No. He took, the poor people who died, they would be having bits and pieces of cloth cloth on their body. Wouldn't they? The poor people who were cremated in the cremation grounds would have bits and pieces. The rich people would have the rich people would have, expensive robes, which would be cremated with the body. But the poor people would be, very sparsely, they would be wearing clothes. And it seems the Buddha took the poor people's clothes. Now the Buddhist story only knows that the Buddha got his robes from the charnel ground. But the stupa tells us, the stupa name tells us that the Buddha's robes from the charnel ground belonged to poor people who died. He did not collect the robes of rich people. So it was in pieces and it was stitched together. That is what Gudra means, which you all have mispronounced as Cundaka, on the banks of the Kukuta river, that is Sikrana river. Folks, Gudra means pieces of cloth stitched together. Even today, poor people, laborers, etc., they, in the winters, they take out their Gudris. Their Gudris, what are Gudris? Gudris are bits and pieces of cloths stuffed to make a quilt. Bits and pieces of cloth stitched together to make a quilt. That is Gudri. So the Buddhas, folks, now you got the name of the Buddha's robe. It was a Gudra. It was bits and pieces of clothes got from the poor man's body in the cremation ground, and according to the Buddha's, the Buddha's character, he did not take the rich man's. Otherwise his robe wouldn't be a Gudri, it wouldn't be a Gudra. So folks, he tells Cundaka the name of that person must be something else, because Cundaka is a mispronunciation of Gudra. He tells him to fold his robe in 4 so that he can lie down. Folks, that is Gudra, mispronounced as Cundaka. It is a robe, bits and pieces of robes, bits and pieces of cloth got from poor people in the charnel grounds, which the Buddha stitches together to cover his own body. Folks, the Buddha was a unique person. The Buddha was a unique person. Whatever he taught, he first did it. So folks, my next video will be on Pukusa, son of Mallas. So stay tuned, my friends. Now, if you all found this video educative, then don't forget to follow, like and subscribe my my page Buddha Exhumed. And don't forget to tell your friends and relatives about this page or this channel. Thank you.